I just love it. I just love it, man. I just love it. But go ahead, Wayne. Take it away.
All right, man. You got to start off with this bullshit of a trade. So, Donovan Mitchell finally gets traded. The saga ends, and he's officially a Cleveland Cavalier. He will be joining the Cleveland Cavaliers in a blockbuster trade. Let me tell you guys what happened with this trade. So, in this trade, the Cleveland Cavaliers sent the Utah Jazz Lauri Markkanen, rookie Ochi Achibaji. I don't know if I said his name wrong. I apologize if I mess it up. And Colin Sexton. 3 unprotected first-round picks, so for the year 2025, 2027, 2029, and 2 pick swaps for 2026 and 2028. Colin Sexton is also signing a 4-year, $72 million sign-and-trade deal to join the Utah Jazz. Opening thoughts, opening statements. I will go last. You two gentlemen have the floor. Chubbs looks like he's ready to just jump out of the screen, so I'll let him go.
So I just want everybody to know the reason why I said I was right and I was so happy about being right is because Wayne had this list. This list, it's a fake imaginary. It's not actually a list, but a fake imaginary one. Just imagine it had Donovan Mitchell number 1. I think it got to KD being number 2. Bradley Beal somewhere on that shit. And somebody else. But Wayne's whole point was, hey, if they want to go to Miami, they will find a way to get them to Miami. And I told him, I said, you ain't going to get any of these guys. It's going to be hilarious. And guess what? You ain't get any of them guys. But I will say, now being serious with it, I think it's good with the Cavs. I think they were actively trying to shop Colin Sexton anyway for some reason. We talked about Colin Sexton versus Darius Garland. I think Darius Garland has a bigger impact on the team than Colin was for that team. I know they both played at the same time, but he means more to the Cleveland Cavs. So that's an upgrade for them. That's a big upgrade. You're improving Donovan Mitchell and Colin Sexton for Donovan Mitchell. Now, Lauri Markkanen was their small forward, right? They were playing 3 7-footers. They're going to have to fix that. You're going to have to find something. That's part of the reason why their defense, I think, was so good. They had 3 really tall, athletic guys that could play basketball. So that's going to be – they need to find someone to fill in that role. But Mobley and they have Jared Allen. That team's going to be a problem with Donovan Mitchell. Now, they gave up a bunch of stuff, but it is what it is. We all talked about Donovan Mitchell's. I think he's either superstar or coming into that role. He's now going to be the guy, even though he was the guy in Jazz, don't get me wrong. But this team's going to be focused on him being the face. Can we all agree with that? So I think it was, you're adding that to a team that was 8th seed, right? Or the 8th or 9th? I can't remember.
7th seed.
7th. They were around the tail end.
They were the 4th seed before Jared Allen got hurt.
Well, you're adding Donovan Mitchell to that. And on the Jazz side, yes, you're losing a really good player, but looking at your draft picks in the coming years, you have potential to really get some solid pieces back-to-back years, for your future. Right now, you're rebuilding anyway, so it is what it is. You got Colin Sexton. He's a bucket. We all know he's a bucket, but that team's not going to do much. We can all agree with that. They're slightly better than the Kings. Maybe the Kings might be better than them right now.
Well, I'll start off by saying I like that tweet that Wayne retweeted, and I know he was kind of hurt about it too. The one about what Russell said. Russell Westbrook said they changed the caption though. Pat Riley ain't doing nothing. He just be fooling y'all. He's running around during the offseason not doing anything. Remember Russell Westbrook said that about Patrick Beverley playing defense. They turned into Pat Riley not doing anything for the Heat this offseason. So I'll say that hot take. We haven't been doing hot takes in a while. The Heat are a low seed in the East now, if at all.
Talking about the Cavs and Donovan Mitchell, bro.
I'm saying because I'm touching on the point that you thought Donovan Mitchell was going to be a part of the Heat this season coming up. You had high hopes. No, this immediately makes the Cavs, in my opinion, a top 4, top 5 contender in the East, in my opinion. I think it was a good trade. A lot of people have speculations about both guards being 6'1", and both offensive minded, but you make up for that, like Chris said, with Evan Mobley, a good rebounder, Jaren Allen, a good defensive player, tall. They got size from 3 on the 3, the 4, and the 5, and then you got Karis LeVert coming off the bench. I think that's a good 6-man for them. But I do think it was a good move for the Cavs because they're trying to win now. Like Chris said, they gave up a lot of picks, a lot of first-round picks, but that's worth it if you're trying to win now. You said Donovan Mitchell was coming into a superstar role, which I agree with, but he's definitely going to have to show that he can play both ways, both ways as well. I think they're going to be similar to – that duo is going to be similar to what Dame and CJ were when they were in Portland. And I think that the only thing that will stop them are the teams that they will be competing with in the East, because the East is hot right now. So I think it was a good pickup. It was a smart pickup, and it's definitely going to pay off, in my opinion, down the road. If not this year, they may see an immediate turnover with that. As far as the Jazz goes, like you said, Chris, I think they're in the rebuilding process, giving up two of the big name players. But what they got for them is pretty, I like that. Three picks, 3 first rounders, 4 first rounders. So I think that
got the details, but yeah,
they'll be able to,
3 unprotected picks and 2 pick swaps. So essentially 5 picks.
Yeah, so I think that's a more than enough for them to start, getting to a point where they're contenders in the West, because the West is also a hot conference as well. I don't think they're going to do anything this year, the Jazz. I don't think they're expecting to, but moving forward, they are, they have the opportunity to, be a successful franchise, giving up their 2 players and kind of starting over. Wizards, on a side note, Wizards are now contenders. I like that. because the Heat are not.
We're going to the playoffs. Tell him. I said that to him. Tell him we're going to the playoffs.
2 hot takes
this year.
I can't wait to clip that up, buddy.
I said that last night, and he was laughing sarcastically. We're going to the playoffs.
That is crazy. Let me mark that clip. Good marker right there. Before I go ahead and go, I want to ask you guys, who won this trade, in your opinion?
Overall, I think oh, go ahead, Chris.
I'll say it in 2 ways. In the win now situation, Cavs won. But for the
don't. Who won the trade? Don't try to give me 2 winners. Who won the trade?
Jazz.
I say the Cavs won this trade. Cavs definitely won this trade. Because you're and I'll say that because you're not going to get a Rudy Gobert Defensive Player of the Year. Maybe he may or may not should have been that, but you're not going to get that within the years to come immediately. You're not going to get a Donovan Mitchell within the years to come immediately. In my
what do you
opinion.
mean?
I don't think
in the
that
draft this year. If they
I get that, but how often do
tank? They're too good to tank.
How often do
the
first year players come? How often do first year players come in the league? Yeah, how often do first year players come in the league and just automatically,
I don't know. They're saying this Victor. I don't even say his last name. They're saying this Victor guy that's playing center, 7'2" guy is like the next athletic generational type big man.
Is he going to be able to? He's going to be able to carry the Jazz? If Donovan Mitchell couldn't carry the Jazz in the West, you think he'll be able to do that in the West now?
I'm just going to keep it real.
Look at the competition in the West, though.
The Cavs, before they got their little draft picks and pieces and built that team to what they are, were similar to what the Jazz are at right now. Are they not? Because the Cavs were not like this like 3 or 4, maybe 5 years ago.
But the Cavs
They were rebuilding.
The Cavs were. I'm saying though, the Cavs were. They made a run with a Darius Garland, and like you said, Darius Garland, Jared Allen. Yeah, they made a run. They made the play with Darius Garland, Evan Mobley. You said Jared Allen got hurt. They were 4th seed before that. And now that they have a superstar, borderline superstar, I'm not going to say superstar. Can't call him a superstar if Kyrie's not. Now that they have someone of that caliber who is an offensive-minded player who can get you a bucket from all 3 levels, pairing him with that group immediately makes them a contender, at least for Eastern Conference Championship. The Jazz, with a first-year player, they're not going to – I don't see them – or him or whoever it is carrying a team deep in the West with a Luka, Clippers team, a Lakers team.
I don't know.
The
Suns.
Suns.
Got some pieces though.
They still have the Suns. You look at all these teams you still got to compete with. So
I'm saying for future.
I think the Cavs won.
They got Laurie starter. They got Colin Sexton starter. They still got Malik. They got Malik Beasley, who's a bucket. They got Nickeil Alexander Walker. Like
all those people, majority of those people are getting traded. Now, I just want to go. The Utah Jazz. I'm going to start off with who won. Utah Jazz easily won this trade. Easily won this trade because one, you set up your future. The Utah Jazz are the winners of the offseason. They got 13 picks for their 2 stars. So they got 13 picks out of that. They're not building for next year or the year after. In 5 years, if Danny Ainge does the same thing that he did in Boston, we're going to be talking about the Utah Jazz being contenders. They're looking 5 years down the road with all these picks that they have.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
That down the road. So, because at anything, if Cavs don't work, the way they got their picks are until 3-4 years down the road that they're getting from these teams. So these teams have 3 years to really make these things work, or what do teams do? Blow it up.
Tank. They blow up. Yeah,
if the Timberwolves don't work in 2 years, that whole shit is getting blown up. And then they're probably going to suck. Probably not Ant Edwards. He's still going to be there. So I don't think they're ever going to truly suck. DL said the Cavs are better than the Heat. I love Donovan Mitchell. And I think if he would have came to the Heat, we would have been champions, right? But that is because the team that is around him, not just because it's simply Donovan Mitchell. We were 1 shot away from being in the finals. The Cavs were a 7 seed that lost 2 playing games to Trae Young. 1 game to Trae Young.
Don't say it like that. Trae Young went to
let me finish.
Don't say it like to a Trae Young.
I didn't interrupt. They lost to Trae Young with nobody else.
Like that, bro. Don't say it like that.
Trae Young was with nobody else. They lost to him, right?
Trae Young was a top 5 scorer, top 3 scorer last year.
All right, but it was Darius Garland and other people. And Evan Mobley. Even though Evan Mobley, once he got COVID, he wasn't the same. I say they gave up too much to not put themselves in a contender world. In my honest opinion, I don't see them being better than a 5th seed. I think their ceiling is 5th seed, 2nd round exit. To me, that is their ceiling. I know they can get no better. I do not think they're better than the Heat. Even with the tragic offseason we have, because I don't think no one on that team is better than Jimmy Butler, and I really don't think no one on that team is better than Bam. So Bam and Donovan might be in the same tier. So that's just me, right?
But that's it. That's it, though.
I don't know, but
that's all
I think they.
Unless Evan Mobley takes this gigantic leap.
Yeah, I would say
if Evan Mobley takes a gigantic leap and become an all-star, close to superstar player, then everything I just said is negated. But I don't think he's going to do that within the next 2 years. It is in my opinion. I think he can be a superstar, but I think 3-4 years down the road from now. I just don't think the next 2 years.
I do like what they're doing, but you guys have let's be honest. Like I don't really know who's on their bench right now. I know Miami Heat has a solid bench.
Yeah, we have a way better bench. We have a better overall team than them.
But I do like what they're doing with their starters because Darius Garland is like an all around.
When DL said Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell going to be better, like CJ and Dame, they're both of those players are way better than CJ, and Donovan Mitchell, you could kind of say he's close to Dame. So Darius Garland clears. Darius Garland clears CJ McCollum.
It's not clear CJ McCollum, bro. CJ McCollum averaging 25.
CJ McCollum never made the All-Star game. Darius Garland just made the All-Star game.
Garland can do a bunch of stuff, though.
Oh, my goodness.
Garland can shoot efficiently. He's a better playmaker. And he scores at the same clip. So I don't even know what there's a discussion about. They both don't play defense, though. If I'm the Captains, one thing I'm worried about, and let's see if Donovan Mitchell can get back since he doesn't have to carry the entire offensive load.
I guess we're just going to go off of 1 year from Darius Garland then compared to CJ's. How many? So if that's why I say
Isaac Okoro.
All right, so if Darius Garland does not produce at the level that he is now, bro, I want to hear that Darius Garland is not that good. All right?
Darius Garland has been producing at the level for the last 2 years.
And he clears CJ, is what you're saying.
He clears CJ, bro. Like, I don't know why this is 21-8.
Yo, you know who's gonna play it? It ain't gonna be him. It's gonna be Karis LeVert. It's gonna play the 3.
No, Karis LeVert's gonna he's gonna come up with
that. First of all, you said that.
And they got Logan's younger brother who might be lit.
Yeah, don't cut me off. Let me finish though. Let me finish my story.
You said
anything. So now, DL, to your reference about the Pat Riley thing, he did trick us. Pat Riley has not got a significant off-season player without the help of D-Wade. The only reason why Jimmy Butler came was because of D-Wade. That had nothing to do with Pat Riley. LeBron, D-Wade. Pat Riley hasn't reeled anyone in. I don't care about getting all these undrafted players and making them great. That's awesome to fill in the bench. But we are a Miami Heat team. How are we not able to get stars to come and play for us? And then this also speaks to how people view Tyler Hero. I heard the Jazz wanted nothing to do with Tyler Hero. If you ask me, Tyler Hero and Colin Sexton are on the same level.
Scoring, yes.
I say Tyler's better, but
Sexton,
people will say I'm biased.
Nah, Sexton plays better defense, and I think he's a better facilitator than Hero. But Hero is probably a better shooter.
He's not a better facilitator than Hero. He's not a better facilitator than Hero. That's why Kevin Love despises Colin Sexton, because he said all he does is shoot the ball.
Well, he scores, and he plays defense.
Colin Sexton got here. That's because he fucking be flexing and shit.
He plays defense.
He be flexing, bro.
He plays defense.
He's not a plus defender, bro. I'm not doing it. He's not a plus defender. The Jazz, what they were able to do, they were able to secure draft picks while also still making their team entertaining by getting a guy like Colin Sexton. He's gonna give that team hella memes. He's gonna have a couple great games throughout the year. So it's gonna be nice. But the main thing I want to talk about here is Tyler Hero. The audacity, the unmitigated gall of you to tweet, nah, keep that same energy. Boy, fuck you. You played ass in the playoffs. You haven't had a great playoff performance since the bubble. So, don't get mad when we say we can trade Tyler Hill to get Donovan Mitchell. It's Donovan Mitchell. You're not Donovan Mitchell, bro. Like, I don't understand. Like, what is he talking about? To me, that just made me dislike him more. So now he want to talk all that big shit. He telling people he want to start. He want to do this, that, and the third. So, clearly, since you want to do all that, you better up. Since if you start, I need you to be scoring 23 points a game. Because you're going to get cooked defensively. We all know that. You can get a little bit better there. But show me that you call yourself young goat. Miami Heat fans call him baby goat, young bucket. I need 23 to 25 points a game this year. As far as the Heat not getting Donovan Mitchell, it also makes sense because the Knicks offered draft picks plus Mitchell Robinson, Obi Toppin, and R.J. Barrett, and the Jazz says no. So the only thing the Jazz really wanted,
I don't think they didn't include RJ because
they included R.J. Barrett before they gave Mitchell Robinson his. I saw the report before they gave Mitchell Robinson his extension. They included R.J. Barrett, Obi Toppin, and Mitchell Robinson for Donovan Mitchell, and they said no. We're like 2 picks. So clearly, what they wanted was multiple picks. So Pat Riley is cooked. We couldn't get anybody, and we'll see how it goes. Now we just had to deal with his team. We didn't get any replacements. Next agenda is we're gonna go get Buddy Hield, Miles Turner. So
you know who signed though?
Udonis
Vic
Udonis Haslem is our biggest signing of the offseason.
Vic did.
And I kind of think we got a Donovan Mitchell and Victor Oladipo if we can get back to this.
I hope so, for your sake.
Well, when I said that, it was crazy.
I love it. I love it, Wayne.
When I said Victor Oladipo was good, that was a crazy statement. Now that's because you're forced to play him now. He's good. Okay, that makes sense.
I didn't say he was washed.
He's going back to his top 3, top 5 pick, whatever level.
I did disagree with you at the time.
He's going back to Orlando Magic, Victor Oladipo.
That's not the best version. We need Indiana Vic.
Yes,
Indiana Vic is over for the league. But we'll just figure it out, man. I am sad. I don't know what to do. I still think we're going to be a top 5 seed, but I just don't think we're really going to make much noise. And that will be until further ado. Maybe we make a move. Maybe we get a Miles Turner, Buddy Hield. Then I'm talking big shit. Maybe we get a Harrison Barnes, and I feel a little better than where we're at. So
Miles Turner.
I just don't see how. I mean,
Miles Turner. We're talking about him all.
Yeah,
if we get Miles Turner, Buddy Hield, then I'm splitting. I'm yelling at work contenders because now that means Bams moves to the 4. And that's gonna.
I would agree with that. I just don't see how y'all you think y'all still gonna be good with
4 because Miles Turner
less of a team. Like you know what I mean? Y'all
person we lost was PJ Tucker,
and y'all lost in the finals with that team with a better team, and then y'all lost last year with a better team, and then y'all got worse. So
how did we get? We lost one person
by losing one of y'all best defenders and not gaining anything from it yet.
Well, we still got good defenders on our team, so I'm not worried about that.
Are any of them better defenders than PJ Tucker? He is.
I'll say Jimmy Butler and Bam are better defenders than PJ Tucker.
Other than them, Dwayne. No, that's the answer.
All right. But Caleb Martin plays really good defense, so I'm fine with that. So we'll see. He'd probably be our starting 4. He made great strides last year. We'll see what we do.
You better put it in Edmund, boy.
I am sad. I am, sad that this happened. So.
It's okay. So I'm still not giving you CJ better. I mean, not better.
No,
we'll vote on that. We'll vote on that.
That is crazy to even think.
Bro, his best year was 21-8, bro. Like,
what is CJ's best year?
24 and something, but he was not the primary ball handler.
It was like
he wasn't the primary ball. He was playing with Dame.
I got to fact check niggas on here because
I'm looking, bro. You
dropped 24 with Dame.
Yeah. Y'all act like CJ's trash, bro. Like I don't understand.
His best season was 24 last year. 24 and 6.
That's not with Dame, though.
Come on, bro.
He had a 23 year with Dame, so
that's what Jaylen Brown should have been having, but that's neither here nor
there. But CJ was running.
Is LaMelo Ball better than CJ McCollum?
LaMelo.
More skilled, I would say.
He's a better point guard, yes.
He's not a better player than CJ McCollum. That's all I'm asking.
No.
Because Darius Garland's better than CJ LaMelo Ball. So if you were going to say that, I was going to say, yo, you're crazy.
No.
I like you're consistent. I like that. You like that. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the next topic. That is all we have for basketball today. So we're going to move on to the NFL. And we are going to name our top 5 players at every position offensively. So we're going to go quarterback, running back, receiver, tight end, and offensive lineman. But the way it's going to go, we're going to go snake, and we're just going to say names. So I'm going to name a person. I'm going to say who I think's 5. Charles going to say who thinks 4, who he thinks 2. He's going to say who thinks 2, 1. So that's how we're going to do it. So let's do top 6 so everybody gets to name 2 people. Is that fine with everybody?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So hold on. Let me pull up my Google sheet so we can start with quarterback first. Y'all can talk while I'm doing that. Chaz, why you got that face, bro? Like you look confused.
Shit's real random.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's on the dock.
I know.
I don't know why it's random.
I didn't know we were doing every. I don't know.
We're just doing offense. We're just doing offense today. We'll do defense on Monday. So hold on. Let me put my Google sheet up.
Please, don't get nasty.
It's gonna get nasty. It is gonna get nasty, and we'll talk about it. So I said QB, running back. I did top 6 because if I did top 5, it would have been argued. Nah, fuck it. We doing 5, bro. Standing on my fucking laurels. Tight end, offensive lineman. All right, let me make this shit bigger. So, I'm not going to start it off. DL is actually going to be the one to start it off here. So, all right. Let me know if you guys can see my screen.
Who we starting with?
Start with QBs. Oh, that's too big.
He want to go last so he can get the last pick.